What's up? We're back. Brand new video. Um, this one's a little different from last time. I was trying to think about what services I can provide. What do I know that maybe you guys don't know yet? So I thought, what better skills can I teach besides the top 5 tips for your first year of college? And I'm gonna put an asterisk next to that. When you're in person, right? So basically, there's going to be 2 classes of freshmen because of COVID kept so many people home. So I thought I can give you guys tips. Since it's so fresh in my mind, I can actually tell you guys my top 5 tips, what helped me succeed in college, or at least what I feel like helped me succeed, where I fell short. And so these are in no particular order. There aren't some that are better than others. It's just kind of like your own preference. What you think will help you more, what your weaknesses are. Okay, so number 1 is don't be afraid to try new things. This kind of applies to just like everything in life, obviously. But this is especially true in college because in college, for a lot of people, you're leaving your hometown, right, where you went to high school. You're going to meet a ton of new people, ton of different backgrounds, ton of different interests, and you're going to be trying out new interests to find out a career path for yourself, potentially. So because of that, I would say don't be afraid to try new things. For me, for example, I had never taken econ in my life. I never even had an interest in econ. I was going in as a philosophy major thinking I wanted to go to law school, and I decided to take an econ 110 class and fell in love with econ, which sounds like a weird thing to say, but it totally changed my life. And now I decided to double major, and I'm also doing an econ major, and it's just because I was open to trying those new things. And so this can apply to a broad base of things, but I think it's especially important when it comes to taking classes, because having taken a lot of classes, you can actually discern what you really want to do with your life. Number 2, try to be friends with your roommate, no matter what. I have 2 stories to this. I'm best friends with my roommate. We lucked out. We're like the same person. We love the same things. He's taught me like how to play the guitar. I don't know what I gave to him. I guess I just kind of mooched off of him. But anyway, so we're super good friends. We went out, like whenever we were going out on the weekends, we would go out together. We were super close, and that made my experience really enjoyable because the person who was sleeping across from me, I was actually close with, so it wasn't weird, right? Give you the opposite example. I had a friend who absolutely hated his roommate. His roommate was super annoying. He didn't really sleep that often, and he would stay up super late. He was keeping my friend up, like a bad situation, regardless. And that kind of made his semester miserable. Like he would hang out in our room because he was just like, I don't want to go back because that dude's so annoying and I have to spend time with him. So long story short, just try to be friends with a roommate. Obviously, sometimes people are just like annoying people. You don't clash with them, whatever. But for the sake of the fact that you have to live with them for an entire year, especially if it's random roommates, right? You need to put in the effort to be friends with them. Like you have to do it. Otherwise you're going to hate it. And this doesn't mean that you have to go out with your roommate every time you go out. You don't have to have the same friends, but be friendly, because otherwise you're just miserable because you have to go back to them all the time, Number 3, put in the work during the week so you can have fun on the weekends. So this doesn't just apply to like people who love to party or like, you want to have the party scene for college. No matter what your fun is on the weekend. I mean, it could literally just be like, oh, you have some friends and you want to go watch a movie together. You want to go out to the mall on the weekend, right? Whatever it is. College is a lot different from high school in the fact that like you're not going to have busy work as often. Like you're not going to have a problem set due every day. You're going to have like one problem set due over 3 weeks worth of material, right? Or you're just going to have 2 tests in the class, right? Something like that. You're going to have small amount of work, but that work is weighed heavily. So if you put in the work during the week, you actually read what you're supposed to, you actually keep up with the problem sets while you're studying this stuff in class, it'll make your weekends so much more fun. And so even though you're putting more stress on yourself during the week, you'll be able to like release that stress over the weekend because you won't be worrying about what's due, right? So what I learned, it took me a while. At the beginning, I was not good at this. I was thinking it was normal high school stuff. I was doing stuff on the Sunday, right before it was due on Monday. But once I started employing this and I actually started just like doing the work, you know what I mean? Like doing the work during the week that I was supposed to do, like you think you can do, it made my weekend so much more enjoyable, so much more fun. And it just I was able to release stress. So I felt better overall in comparison to how I was feeling, prior to that. Number 4, be friendly and open to everyone. So this is a little bit different. It's kind of like going off of number 1 and number 2, but this is a little bit different because this is specific to just like meeting people. So it depends what kind of school you're going to. If you're going to a smaller school, smaller college, this is especially important because you will see those people again. If you're going to a bigger school, not as important. However, it's smart to keep in mind the fact that everyone is new. This is your first year, right? Like, yeah, some people have a couple friends from their school. Maybe they know a couple people, right? Their brother went to the school or something. But everyone, this is their first year. You're all freshmen again, right? Yeah, you were just seniors, but now you're all freshmen again. You have to make friends, right? You have to get to know people. So just be friendly. Like, just say hi to people. You recognize them from your English class, right? You see them in the hallway. Just say hi. Just little things like that will make your life so much better. Because also, let's say you want to go to parties, right? Say you want to get invited out, right? The more people you know, the more likely they are to invite you out, right? So that opens up more opportunities for you. Academically, the more people you know, the more likely they are to like invite you to come study with them, which it sounds dumb now coming from high school when maybe you don't have to make study groups really in high school, right? But in college, like, it seriously helps because classes get a lot harder, and having multiple minds thinking about stuff is it's infinitely helpful. Number 5 is purely academic. And this is go to your office hours and meet with your professors. In bigger schools, office hours might be done by a TA instead of like the actual professor. Either way, the TA is usually the people who are grading your work anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Either way, you're getting to know people who, in my experience, you're getting to know the person who's grading your work, first of all. So when they see your name, whether it's on a paper or on an exam or whatever it is, they're like, oh yeah, I remember Max. He came into my office hours. He was interested in the subject, right? So they might give you a better grade. That's literally happened to me. Like, I have missed like way more points than I should have, and professors have given me like A's on assignments just because like I went in there so often and they knew I was trying, right? Also, just learning wise, it'll help you understand the topic so much better because you don't even have to go there with a question in mind. Usually there's other students there who are also asking questions. Maybe they're asking questions about the problem set that's due or whatever. You didn't even think to ask that question. You didn't even think that you didn't understand it. And then somebody else brings up a question and you learn from it, right? So like it ties back to the grinding during the week and putting in the work, right? If during the week you actually dedicate time to go to that professor's office hours, go to that time and actually talk to them, get to know them better, learn new information, it'll just make your life easier. You'll be a better student because of it. You'll get better grades because of it. And then on the weekend, you get to relax and you're not worried about it, right? But just putting in that effort during the week, especially going to office hours, is astronomically helpful. Like, my grades improved so much just by me going to office hours and asking the questions I needed to. Because that's what they're there for. Professors or TAs, they're there to answer your questions. That's why they have office hours. They're there. That's literally their job. They're expecting you to do that, So you shouldn't be ashamed of it or anything. I don't know why people don't go. All right, so those are my top 5 tips for your first year of college. What I think would be really cool is if you guys commented down below, like, any specific questions you have, like, going into college, right? What were my favorite parts about college? Whatever, if you guys have any specific questions about your first year of college, just about my college experience so far, I would love to answer them. It could be very specific. These were just overall what I thought was the most helpful to me if I was going to tell someone what would be my top 5 tips, right? But if you guys have specific questions, comment them down below. Maybe we can I can put up another video of answering those questions. That would be super cool, I think. Yeah, that's it. So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, follow me on my other platforms, and as always, have a great day.